Okay, so I'm going to work out the first problem from the pretest. So the first step is to write down the value of r equals c times d, and that just means to multiply it out. So r equals c times d is c is equal to 5,200 and d, sorry, that's it. Okay, 5,200 times 0.00000 three zeros 37. Okay, so let's multiply this out with the calculator. I already did it here. 5200 times 0.0000037. Enter. So the answer is 0.01924. So we put that answer here. Okay. And then we go to part B. Part B says, write down your value of r in the form of a times 10 to the k, where a is between 1 and 10, not equal to 10, and k is an integer, which is a positive or negative whole number. So, okay, so we are going to write 0.01924 in scientific notation. So as we just read, the first number in scientific notation should be the significant digits of this, the digits that are not 0. And we just need to figure out where to put the decimal point. Well, if you look at the rule here, a has to be between 1 and 10. So if we put the decimal point here, we make 1.9, which is between 1 and 10, so that's okay. Now we just need to figure out what we put here. And the number that we put in this little box here is going to move the decimal point. And let's say that we're going to try to change this number, 0.01924, to 1.924. How many times do you have to move the decimal point? Well, you have to move it, let's see, twice, right? So you have to move it twice. So we know that what goes in this box is going to be either positive or negative 2, because we're going to move it twice. We just don't know which direction we're going to move it to. And I don't want you to have to memorize that. So what you do is you just put, for example, a positive 2 there. We're going to guess it's positive 2. It might be negative 2, but we're going to test this first. So 1.924 times 10 to the second is equal to 1.924 times 100. Well, if you're multiplying 1.924 times 100, then you're going to get 192.4, right? Okay. When you multiply by 100, you make the number bigger, so the decimal point is going to move to here. So is that right? Is 1.924 times 10 to the second equal to our first number, 0.01924? No, it's not. So we guessed wrong, right? So cross that out. Now we'll do the other direction. So since 10 to the second was wrong, we know it's 10 to the minus second, and we'll test that. So we have 1.924, and we're going to move the decimal point 2 places. This time, 10 to the minus second is equal to 1 over 100. So if we're going to multiply times 1 over 100, that means we're going to make this number smaller. If we're going to make this number smaller, that means we're going to move the decimal point so that the number becomes smaller, 0.01924. Okay, so the check worked. Now we know that we did the scientific notation correctly, so we'll put that here. Okay, and then we move on to the third part. So just to review here, C is equal to 5200, D is equal to 0.000037, which is these two, R is equal to 0.01924. And C plus D is equal to, well, if we add those two numbers together, we can even do that in our head, right? 0.0000037. Okay? And this one we'll have to do in the calculator. So is 5,200 a natural number? Well, natural numbers are numbers starting with 0, 1, 2, 3 and going on and on, just whole numbers. So is 5,200 in that set? Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll circle that. Is 0.000037 an integer? Well, an integer is a whole number, positive or negative, so it's not, right? So no. Okay, is D a rational number? Well, rational number is any number that can be expressed as a fraction, and any decimal can be expressed as fraction because you know, to change this into a fraction, maybe you don't remember, but you can just put 37 on top, and then you just put 1 with a bunch of zeros on the bottom. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. And we've just made 0.00037 into a fraction. So yes, it is a rational number. Next one is 0.019 blah 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 less than 0.000037. Well, which one looks smaller here? Well, look how many zeros this has compared to this. This is this one is obviously smaller, right? So if this is smaller, then the alligator eats the big side. So this is in the wrong direction, and that's wrong, right? Okay. And what if you add C plus D together? Is that a real number? Yeah, it's a real number. Pretty much all the numbers we're going to work with are real numbers. Real numbers include rational numbers and irrational numbers, which we haven't talked about yet, but yes, it is. It's not an imaginary or complex number, which is the other option. And we'll talk about that a little later. So we're going to do this one in the calculator. So we're going to have 1 divided by 0.01924. Is that greater than C? And C is 5,200. Okay, so let's test that out. We're going to find with the calculator 1 divided by 0.01924. That's equal to 51.9. Okay, so is 51.9 greater than 5,200? No, it's not. Okay, 5,200 is obviously much bigger, so this is false. Okay, and that's it. Thank you.